What is going on, everyone? My name's Boyd, and I'm back with some more Age Mythology. The Titans action, spawning in the top of the map in the blue color, playing as Poseidon. His name is Nigam. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Poseidon as well. It's Adhafang. No, you're not watching the same game again. This is a different game. It's on the same map though. We've got a double Marsh. So Adhafang obviously wanted his revenge after losing that first game. Maybe going to try something a touch different, maybe macro a bit better, and we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Nigam over here. Whoa, he gets a relic right in his line of sight. That's got to be nice, and it's a really good relic as well. Archer range bonus +2. You're probably not going to build any archers till a little bit later in the game, but the +2 is really going to matter late game when you're sitting behind towers and things. You get a lot more done. And we also have Hardest Folly over here. Not the most useful of relics, but it's just not useful at all, to be honest. It's only scout line of sight. He doesn't even give you like cavalry line of sight. Feels bad, man. Anvil of Hephaestus. Huge relic there. Want to pick that one up 100% of the time, every time. And guys, Book of Knowledge. 300% infantry damage versus Titans. You know what? I don't think I've ever seen a moment where I was like, you know what? I'm going to build infantry to beat a Titan. This doesn't occur to me, so I don't understand why that relic exists. Like, if it was 300% archer damage versus Titans, I'd be like, sure, that makes perfect sense. I can surround the Titan, get as much damage as I possibly can, and that would be a happy day. But infantry, I'm just like, you just whack the infantry away and they'll insta die. Anyways, Catastropus checking out Adhafang's base over here. Has not spotted the gold mine. He sees forward hunt, but that's all going to be eaten by the time he's done with it. Also see some water buffalo. He's going to be attempting to come around the back. I wouldn't run this way. You're going to lose so much HP on the Catastropus, and this is a fairly important unit to have it at full HP. I think a lot of people undervalue how useful the Catastropus is. It can be used to distract tower fire. It can be used to distract Toxotes or archer fire as well. And it can be used to scout out really important places and run around the map and get even more scouting information. But Nigam's got 12 HP left on this, so it's not going to really be able to do all too much in this game in terms of those extra things. And what's happening over here for Nigam is the question. He's just doing his standard build on 4 villages on wood. This is extreme. This 4 villages on wood shenanigans means he's going to get pickaxe, husbandry, and be able to afford a lot of stables when he advances to the classical age. It's probably going to be the same 4 stable build that he did last game because he had those 4 villages on wood, but it does set him back on the advance time quite significantly. The temple is going up, so potentially could see a 445 advance time, but I'm assuming that it's probably going to be closer to the 5 minutes because he's only got 8 villages gathering food. Takes a little bit longer for him to get that next food income coming in. I mean, he could cancel this and go for like 435 or something, but with this extra villager popping out, definitely 445 is the go here. Adhafang, on the other hand, he is getting out his villager, getting out his Theseus as well. He's going to be looking to grab some relics. I mean, he has seen Anvil of Hephaestus, so you want to grab that one. And there was this relic here as well. Not useful, but Anvil of Hephaestus, definitely something you want to grab straight away. Hermes is incoming. 355 advance time. 455 advance time for Adhafang. Nigam, on the other hand, did go for the 445 indeed. Feels like he does not need to grab this relic too early. Doesn't need to invest in the Theseus. Surprised to see him build an extra villager straight away. That might have been a mistake. Generally speaking, we see the Theseus coming out instantly, followed by the Hippolyta. Nigam, you see these things over here? They gather really fast. You see these things here? These are called pigs. You're supposed to leave them here and eat the hunt first because you get more food out of the pigs. Not only that, they gather slower than the hunt. Anyways, villagers popping out. Centaur coming out. Adhafang over here. Moving forward. Theseus did end up getting that Anvil of Hephaestus. We'll be throwing down some stables fairly soon. What is Nigam doing? There's the stable. Not going for a fast second town center here or anything like that. Just going straight for one stable. He's got a lot of time to play with here. He doesn't have to defend too much or whatever. Totally fine. Adhafang throwing out all three stables at the same time. This was really standard back in the day. Advance straight away, throw the stables out, all three of them. Because most people were advancing around 5 minutes, so they have these resources backed up. You see, Adhafang's got like 450 gold in the bank, which means that he can afford to spam from 3 stables here. Interesting. Interesting time that was had. More stables coming up for Nigam, but he's going for the armory here. This is that fabled fast rock I was talking about last game. It's an option here for Poseidon in the Poseidon mirror. It's not really viable in too many other situations, but in the Poseidon mirror, you can go fast heroic, throw down 2 stables, and then build Prodromus and completely counter the Hippocon that are going to be coming out by Adhafang. And that's going to be huge. And Adhafang has to put pressure on right now. He needs to get some damage done. Or at least, he needs to get some damage done because he's going to be behind on tech. He's got no resources in the bank. And his units are going to become very useless and very fast when the Prodromus come out. It's almost at this point you should stop building the Hippocon when you see the armory, if you see the armory. No, he hasn't seen it. So he just has no idea. There's nothing here. Maybe he's going to expect like a fast second town center, but no. Adhafang comes over and sees that's the case. He's going to come in. He's going to be seeing the armory pop up. There's the armory. Time to stop building Hippocon, transition into hoplite. It's kind of the only way to go if you've been suckered into this play. You definitely don't want to stick too heavy onto the cavalry. Other option is to just go semi-fast heroic here and just deal with the fact that you have eight or so Hippocon, and you just run around and raid with them while you can, and you go from there. We do see that Adhafang stopped Hippocon production, and it's looking like he's opting for the fast or the semi-fast heroic. And Nigam, on the other hand, is going to be spamming up these Prodromus straight away. Doesn't have to spend that much or have that many villagers on gold because he's only, 36 gold for a Prodromus. We do see the Hippocon searching for something to do, but Nigam is just going to be happily gathering from the pigs over here. Meanwhile, Nigam line coming up. And the Hippocon going to be running straight into him as he comes over and he's about to roar, but he just cannot decide which unit he wants to attack. And there we go. Big little roar. Big little roar. Not sure. And for those of you playing at home, this is the sequel to the last game, and it is played in 2009. Second town center coming up for Adhafang now. Opting for the double town center instead of going to the heroic age. Definitely not a bad idea. This fast heroic from Nigam is definitely economically difficult. It's difficult to sustain. We may have to see a ceasefire coming in. Yeah, there's the ceasefire. There's nothing that Adhafang can really do to stop this attack. So, yet again, Nigam up a ceasefire in this Poseidon war. So, we'll see. We'll see what he can do. There's an armory coming up at Adhafang as well. So maybe 2 town center, get to the heroic age, just defend really nicely. The building placement's pretty good here. Would have liked to see this stable attached to this stable here so that you have to walk all the way around. But I guess running through this gap is probably suicide because you can get trapped or something like that. And very exciting times. Trios bow was grabbed, but still no archers. There is an archery range though. Nigam might want to be thinking about going for his own second town center here just to chase Adhafang. He's got the tech, so he can just go and push around and win any sort of fight that he wants to take here. But he just need to be active on the map a little bit. And I love this Catastropus placement here by Adhafang. Just gonna be checking this town center out. I wouldn't mind just like a bit of a patrol. You can patrol your Catastropus between the settlements and you'll be able to you will be able to spot if there's a town center going up or not at any point in the game. Now Nigam's still spamming out units, just wants to get full supply. Fortress coming up for Nigam though. I like this. It's just out of range of Adhafang's base here, so he's not going to spot it. And then we can see a little wall coming here. I could see a wall just coming across. Maybe it has to be a little bit further forward, so you may have to see like a stable thrown up and then like another wall here, and he may be able to just get a really good position onto this town center. So we'll see what he does. Adhafang playing really slow here, not building any military units, just building villages here, has no ceasefire remaining as the Prodromus running around searching for maybe some villages here. Player wants me to review an AoE 2 game. Well, that would be awkward because I know very little about AoE 2. And there's definitely better people for that than me. But here we go. Petropolis is going to be attacking here, but Adhafang did manage to get to the heroic age here. So let's see if we can hold on to this town center. Losing this town center, while it is 700 resources, he may have gotten enough economy out of it that it's fine for him to lose it. So long as he can then get it back later, or maybe come over and grab this town center instead and just leave this one dead and not being grabbed by Nigam, maybe force Nigam to use a ceasefire or something to get it for himself. Could be an option. We see, the Nemean Lion does snipe that centaur there. Hippolyta is immediately onto the Nemean Lion. Really nice micro. And we're starting to pick that one off, and Hippolyta has come onto this as well. We do see a curse getting thrown down, curse from Nigam coming in. The Petropolis are all spamming arrow right now. Toxotes in the back going to be picking off those Prodromus really nicely. And now the Petropoli are just going to completely shred through this town center, and Adhafang is not really able to defend against this. But like I said, losing this town center is not the end of the game for him. He's got this back town center as well, so he can just retreat, but he's out of food right now. He's got no food. All these villages, he's got a couple more water buffaloes, so he should be fine for a little bit here, but he definitely should not be fighting. Every little bit of time that he's fighting this army is really, really bad. He just needs to throw down some military academies, build some hoplite, build some archery ranges, get some Toxotes out, and just take this loss over here. It's a lot of resources lost, but you're not out of the game at all. You just lose a little bit of the map control, and we'll see what he can do. Archery ranges are getting thrown down, but he's going archery ranges stables here, which is going to be a little bit grim. And now, town center coming up for Nigam. Nigam's got the map control. There's a town center over here, which is in range of the water. And keep that in mind for potentially later, because this could be a siege-shipped town center to make things a little bit more difficult for whoever controls that one there. And the town center is, well, it's slowly coming up, but Nigam is a slow one to be sure. And the granary down, more, but he's giving more militia. I don't know why he killed these. They don't do that much, though. They actually do a little bit of damage, though. 7 damage per second. Absolutely gigantic. And now the Toxotes taking down those militia. More Petropolis. Well, these are just the Petropolis he's made. I assume that Nigam's got to be on his way to... No, he's just building villages. I guess he's a ways away from getting to the Mythic Age, because he fast heroic. Totally fine. And now the Petropolis is going to be taking even more of these stables down. Nigam just slowly but surely pushing Adhafang back, and Adhafang has to just throw down even more military buildings, which is really, really bad for him, because he needs to be transitioning into the farms right now to keep up his villager production, his army production. And Adhafang does have 108 population. Wouldn't be a bad idea to see if he can grab another couple of Nemean lions out just to help fight against this army here, but we'll see what's going to happen there. The Atlanta is out, so she's a really good tank. There's no Atlanta out for Nigam, so this army does change a little bit. It's a lot of low HP units here as well as the army's moving forward. But the Toxotes in the back are going to be doing so much damage right now. Militia coming through as well. We see no armory upgrades at all for Adhafang as he's trying to fight this. This seems like a little bit aggressive, but it's going well because of those militia taking out most of those Prodromus. A couple of Hippocon in here as well, but they're not onto the Toxotes. And this army of Adhafang is still pushing forward, not retreating just yet. With the help of the Atlanta, he did so much damage, but the Atlanta is almost dead as well. And now Adhafang has to retreat as well. He's got so many idle military here, idle Toxotes. Needs to get those sorted out. He would have won this fight so hard had he had them in the fight, but Adhafang not paying attention to that, losing one of the Hippocon as well while he's trying to set something up in his economy somewhere. Losing this archery range as well will actually allow him to control the archers that he forgot about, and now he may be considering a push forward here. Adhafang in a decent position to fight back. And meanwhile, we do have Nigam grabbing his own third town center, so he can't really lose too many of these units for the time being, but he will be making a push. And there's no real fortress possibilities for Adhafang just yet. He's got no gold in the bank. Farms coming up over here as well. We do have pretty decent upgrades. Plow, bowsaw, and shaft mine. Nigam, on the other hand, only has a pickaxe and hand axe with plow. So a little bit more economy coming in for Adhafang as he's pushing forward. And Nigam is in a little bit of pain, forced to make the ceasefire right now. So we'll see the villagers. The villagers are making their way forward, going to try and run over to that town center. And it's looking like Nigam's too slow to prevent that one. So the town center will be coming up for Adhafang. No problem about that one. It's going to be a little bit slow with only 4 villagers. You kind of need 7 starting at about the start of the ceasefire to get it maybe a little bit after that. But with only 30 seconds, I don't think this town center will get up. So, he's sending more villagers. So it should be totally fine there. So that's going to be good. And then we will continue here. Villagers just chilling over here. Needs to build some farms. No, well, he's got a bunch of farms actually already up, but throwing some more down and the villagers should automatically sort that out. Hippocon coming over here. This is going to be super close, and Adhafang completely out of position. I don't think this is going to be fast enough. The villagers have to run away. Really well played by Nigam. I think Adhafang just completely ignored that. If he was over there, he could have got the town center up. There's no way that that Nigam's army beats Adhafang's army before the town center gets up. And instead, losing some villagers here as the Toxotes coming in. Toxotes for Nigam, throwing as many of those arrows at the army as he possibly can while this is going on. Heavy archers do come in. The villagers making their way back over onto this town center, and Adhafang is going to be attempting to get this one back up. He doesn't have any myth units here, but he does have Atlanta and Hippolyta in this army. And we are seeing this is more of a delay tactic here. Adhafang does not want to fight this just yet, or at least it would seem that he doesn't want to, but it's looking kind of like he does want to as he turns around and fights one. Nice micro from Nigam, pulling the Hippocon back that are getting targeted. And now Adhafang has to get back and closer to this town center. And we're seeing 120 population for Adhafang. We're seeing Nigam at 142 population with those Metropolis here dealing some damage to the fortified town center. But heavy Hippocon comes in for both players. Heavy Toxotes or heavy Archers is in for both players as well. More stables getting thrown down, and now it's going to be a difficult process for Adhafang to defend against this one. I would love to see a dock getting thrown up here. Throw up one dock. Wait, can he? Yeah, throw up one dock, build some archer ships, maybe, and you may be able to get some value out of them in this location. Atlanta coming in, going to get sniped. And the army of Adhafang just not able to slow this down. He's going to lose yet another town center in this game. But will he be able? We won't even be able to get past 140 population here. So it's like not even worth to have grabbed that town center. But more military buildings for these villages coming up in the back. And now the Metropolis, they have spotted it. Or have they spotted it? They've spotted one stable here, but they don't realize that he doesn't realize that a bunch more military buildings are coming up in the back as Adhafang has to retreat yet again. He's throwing up a market. It's obvious he wants to get to the Mythic Age. If he can get to the Mythic Age, earthquake this location. Get out the the Chimera, he may be able to put some pressure onto this town center here. So we'll see if that's going to be a possibility for him. But I imagine that Nigam is probably going to get there first because he's been trading a little bit better. He's been sitting on 3 town centers for longer than Adhafang has. And his economy is in a really good way here. And now I think we're seeing, oh no, we're not seeing that next age just yet. Just spamming out the units, I guess. But Toxotes over here. Ooh, we see the temple getting taken out. Not really going to affect anything. Artist Folly doesn't really do anything for him. And neither does Anvil for Feistus unless he was building the armory upgrades. Or at least he chooses to build one now, but he can just dump those back in and he should be totally fine. We can see the town center now coming up Nigam, but there's already a fortress here to prevent it. So this town center will actually it's going up slowly. So Adhafang needs to build some units over here to stop this. We do see some Protropolis coming over here to try and prevent this from happening here. Villagers, just right click on the town center and you'll be fine. But not doing it just yet. The army of Nigam is making their way over, marching over here to prevent this town center or help this town center going up, clear out most of these buildings here. But Nigam going to get this town center up. No worries. Is Adhafang not reacting? The villagers do finally react. It's going to slow this town center down. It's going to be really close. Nope, not going to happen. But Adhafang's army moving straight into here. We do have Atlanta right onto that Nigam line. Going to pick it off super fast. We have the Metropolis over here going to get picked off very quickly as well by that heavy Hippocon. They are very low HP as well. This fortress is going to stay up. No problems there. But the army of Adhafang going to get pushed back. Metropolis is out for Adhafang. Going to prevent this town center from going down. All of those Metropoli will be picked off. North Hippocon coming out of this here. So we'll see if Adhafang can maybe start lambing up this town center or something, throwing down some watchtowers and get it for himself would be the best option. But we'll see if that happens. It's looking like it's not that likely because we're just seeing more and more military buildings for Adhafang getting thrown up here as the Hippocon moving in, and we're going to look to try and pick off these Petropolis. Imagine if there were a couple of watchtowers back here. Going after the fortress is a dangerous game because Nigam's going to be at Adhafang's going to be at 140 population. Picking off this this fortress means he jumps up to 146 population, and we may be able to have a bit of a fight here, but the militia all going to die because half of Adhafang's army is kind of out of position here. We see another fortress trying to get up for Adhafang. Those Petropoli that he had going to get picked off as well. We have the Hippocon coming in onto the back of these villages trying to pick them off, and it's looking like he will be picking off quite a few of these villages as well while this fight's going on. So nice little play here from Nigam, but all of the units that are getting popped out of these stables right now are getting picked off as well. We see Spirited Charge coming through for Adhafang, really low on the gold as well, needs to get some more villagers. That's not able to really support the spam that's going on, but all the villagers that were here did end up falling. We've got Atlanta yet again picking off another Nemean Lion. This fortress will get up, still with 2 villagers left over here. Probably gonna, I wouldn't mind seeing some more villagers get sent over here, but there's a bunch of Hippocon just chilling for the time being. Villagers get put into the fortress at this stage. Nigam is getting up his heroes and not advancing to the next age just yet. Still trying to just get this town center up. And that's that. But looking like well, here's another thing about Poseidon. It's like playing against Gaia. You have to pick off all the buildings, and the buildings really slow you down because militia pop out. We do see the building comes down, and again, Adhafang jumps up to 142 population just because the building does go down. More villagers coming in, trying to get this town center up, and Adhafang is pushed back into a corner right now. He has the fortress over here to help out, but this town center is super close. We see a Petropolis coming out, needs to click onto the town center quickly. Can't get on the town center, click onto it. It's going to be close. It's at 3,100, and he does manage to click it, and it means that the town center prevented yet again. So Nigam, the problem with this though is Nigam is just slowly but surely trading more efficiently just because of sheer numbers here. Every Toxotes, remember that the relic that he has give him an extra 2 range, which means they can sit further back and actually snipe the enemy Toxotes before they can snipe him. We do see a watchtower now coming up at Adhafang, a really smart maneuver there, and the Petropolis coming back onto this settlement. I probably wouldn't have built more than 1 Petropolis here, but totally fine. It's going to help prevent this town center from going up for even longer. And I think you've got to stop building Petropolis at this time. There's just too many Toxotes. They just pick off the Petropolis too fast. And the Hippocon just have so much HP. But still going well for Adhafang, still alive in this game. Fortress now coming up for Nigam. Still not able to get to the next stage, but his economy is huge. We'll see if he's gonna be able to get to the next stage. There he goes, made some trades. Looking like, does he have a market? He doesn't even have a market up yet. Ooh, it just hurts to see no market. Does he have one game built? There it is. And like going spammed up. Realizes an earthquake over here. He's probably just going to shut this down, but Adhafang is going to be able to build some watchtowers. Again, I'd still love to see that dock. Imagine some juicy triremes in here right now would really help out, because triremes are really efficient units when dealing with land units. They deal so much damage, but not happening just yet. Fortress is up for Nigam. Metropoli trying to take down the fortress though. He does have masons. He's got crenellations as well as some armory upgrades. But if the Metropolis get picked off, then this talent center will get up. So Nigam has to, Adhafang has to retreat a little bit here. He does have this these watchtowers now doing an insane amount of damage to the Hippocon. Also has boiling oil, so he can pick off the the units over there, and they just want to fight over this position. There's no other position on the map that needs fighting over at this point. More villagers coming in, throwing up more watchtowers. Has divine blood as well, so these towers will go up fast. And we do see the Metropolis are trying to aim each other. Is that what's kind of going on? No. Oh, the 2 HP Prodromus warrior going after the catapult now. Will actually pick it up. He does pick it up. So good from the 2 HP warrior. And this settlement is still going to be prevented. And Adhafang just living here somehow, some way. But Nigam is 85% Artemis. That's Earthquake. But Earthquake over here means a lot of militia. So we'll see if he can use that to his advantage or not. This is going to be the question right now. There is Masons, so it's not going to be everything dies. We'll see how he goes. And there's the Earthquake. He loses a lot of those buildings. Fortress comes up, but 12 militia pop out. A lot of those military units of Adhafang's do die, and the really important watchtowers fell as well. Now the Hippocon comes in, going to be sniping that Metropolis. No Metropolis coming out for the moment, and Nigam is going to be getting this town center up. Villagers moving forward. Now they need to get towers up. Oh, the Chimera coming in, going to burn these villages alive. You can see he just really wants to get onto them, and boom. It hurts to see. It hurts to see. So low HP. And that's absolutely brutal, and Adhafang decides in that moment that losing this position to Earthquake is too much. GG, well played by Nigam, managing to get there, make it happen, and dealing with this map where the town centers, they're yet again not favoring him. They're a little bit closer to Adhafang. That fast throw, because I can tell you, it's not a bad strategy. It works pretty well, and you can get some good victories with it if you hide it well enough. And that's what he did. So Adhafang not able to compete with Nigam in 2009, and that's why Nigam's one of the greatest. One of the greatest indeed. People want to see some post-game for the moment, so let's check that out. We got some population here, civilian units. It's pretty close, to be honest. What have we got? 36 to 47, so about 10 villager lead at this point. This was a bigger advantage for Adhafang, but he just couldn't make anything of it. Not securing that town center fast, or not being in that position early enough, was really big. It meant that he had to fight consistently below population. This one moment where Nigam cast Ceasefire was the only moment in the entire game where Nigam had less military than Adhafang. So that's the story here. That is the story. Anyways, GG's. We're going to move on to something a little bit different now. So thanks for hanging out with me, and we'll start something very soon.